today's cup of coffee, we're going to do freeform because it has been hell week. I've had 3 Fridays, but they weren't happy Fridays. It just screwed up my scheduling. And it's like, I'm sure that other people have random life. So we're sharing our random life.
Yes.
And you were forewarned as far as the blood moons, the super blood moon eclipse.
Did any of you have mental breakdowns all day yesterday?
That was part of the planetary alignment. I warned you about that too. I do. Anytime he says that it's going to affect, and especially with the Pisceans out there. Yeah. I did warn you. I did. That's why I watch this stuff, is to forewarn others.
See, that's why people think we're crazy, because we are just overly... We are the ones that show the emotions that others do not. That others are too afraid to show.
That's true. That comes with the Leo.
Cancers.
It comes with the Leo.
Yeah.
It really does. It's like, dinner and a show perpetually.
Pisces are the ones who will go into a full-on breakdown, like fall onto the floor crying.
So it's like theater kid.
Yes.
And it just made me go into more corrections officer more mode.
I just went into like just drama.
It was always like that. But
I felt like that woman. I felt like Beatrix in Kill Bill in the bathroom scene where she was hugging that teddy bear, crying hysterically.
Oh, God. Well, it's because you're Gen Z. That's why. But we've had lots of drama here in America. I knew it was going to be drama. I hope that everybody took the time to go back and listen to Leo King, David Palmer, where he had about the eclipse. He had a video there on YouTube about that. But he also had another one that explained the planetary alignment in history. And honestly, those are a couple of the best videos that man has ever had.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the dude ain't dumb.
No, he's not. And as far as astrology, he is brilliant.
It depends on what it is. He is a little dumb.
Well,
I
think
baby egg.
I think on some of the things he has an understanding of it, but he needs to explore
better analogies.
Not even the analogies. Now, he can be crude. They think we're crude. Oh, hell no. We're
I'm talking about the baby egg.
No, this is just, he's a little...
It's been what?
Over the
2 years? 2 years since the baby? 3, 4 years?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5. Baby egg.
But that was one of the lesser ones. Now, people think that we're dramatic. Oh, hell no, he's a double Leo. Plus, he's got something in Scorpio. I don't know what it is, but it's just like... But that aside... Those 2 videos are very much worth watching. Mm-hmm. There's a tremendous amount of information. It explains a lot of things. One of the things that Kid explained to me, I had heard people, as far as the reference to individual on the Goonies with the, you want to do it?
Hey, you guys.
And I understood it to a degree.
Hey, you guys.
But I didn't thoroughly understand it until Kid showed me the movie clip, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get that much better now.
Yes.
And, with the election stuff, there were things that people got too emotionally attached about it. It's like, no, don't do that. What's going to happen is going to happen as far as fate and different things, and it's just... They ain't no need in getting all bent out of shape on some of these things.
No.
I mean, go out, vote, voice your opinion. I have no problem with that. Do it in a respectful manner, because when everybody is screaming, no one is listening.
I think there was something on the news. Someone shot someone because they assumed they were a Democrat.
No, I don't know that that's what it was. I have heard a lot of things about people blaming Republicans, and it's like, all of it's insane. We are losing civilization. That is what concerns a lot of us. Because now
we are too divided at this point.
Absolutely, because that is the oldest strategy is divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
And when people sit and talk instead of screaming, instead of shutting other people down, then you can find out what the real problems are. If you work together, you can find solutions.
But some people just, no matter what their age, flat out, they are just not emotionally mature enough to listen.
You know what? You're absolutely right. This week, I think it was, that David Icke was banned in like 26 countries.
Mm-hmm.
That he was labeled as like a level 3 terrorist just for what he says. Because he asks questions. Now that's concerning.
Yeah.
I don't care how crazy somebody can appear. They have the right to say crazy. That makes the world interesting.
Yeah.
So that was something else that was nuts this past week, and I'm like, what? What? Now, David Icke has been saying the same thing for like 30-some years or more. Yeah. But to be banned from other countries?
Yeah.
Just for talking. But it's having the Streisand effect, because now that this has come out, people that would have never listened to him
are now listening
absolutely.
To him. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was crazy. I wasn't forthcoming. Now we will tell you that some of this stuff is going to be gross. So you're forewarned with your coffee and like in the background if you happen to have a biscotti. I actually had a surgical procedure this morning.
Yeah, it was a minor one.
It was very much a minor one. But it was a matter of having toenail removed. And everybody's going, ugh.
Except for me.
No, because you went through.
Because I've had to have it multiple times.
Partial removal of it. Well, that time
partial.
Your brother,
I've had my toenails flipped off twice.
That was
3 times.
That was
3 times
accident,
actually.
Small child, and God love him, your oldest brother, and he didn't mean to do that because your feet are always where they're not supposed to be.
No, because I have no idea where my feet are in space. I know where my ass is in space. I don't know where my feet are in space.
But it was interesting. It really was. And I will say that the podiatrist was a amazing human being. So was the lady that was his assistant. And we were just joking and talking about random stuff. And so you would never think that that was a pleasant experience. But it wasn't horrible. He was masterful at his job, even as far as the injections. But that was one of the few medical procedures that I have witnessed, because I do that. I'm like, ooh, let's see how this works. That was one that I had no pain, but it was just sort of cringy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why would that bother me of all the other things that I have watched?
Because it's just something that's really... It's one of those things that is honestly kind of disturbing to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But I don't have to worry about that for a while. I was asking Kid, it's like, why do people even have nails? And his answer was brilliant.
Which one? Which answer?
His answer was because if people didn't have nails, their fingers would look like sausages.
Yeah. Yeah. Their toes, their big toes would look like dickheads, and their fingers would look like sausages.
I actually went in and repeated that to the podiatrist, and he's like, they don't really know why people have nails.
It's specifically for aesthetics and to dig.
I guess that's true. If you had an itch and you had no fingernails, that could be a problem.
Yeah. To dig and to scratch. That's pretty much the only reason we have nails and aesthetics.
Like the primates to pick the parasites off one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would... But you're probably right. Kid is brilliant. He truly is. He denies it.
I got like 2 brain cells rattling around in here, and they're about like half burnt.
But I had asked, the only thing, as far as the wrap, dude gave me, it's a pink colored one. And I'm like, really? Really? So here I have this huge pink bandage that I had asked him. It's like, can I go to Walmart? And he's like, yeah. He was just the coolest dude. And still having to do the mask idiocy.
And you were worried that it was going to hurt afterwards, and I'm like, it doesn't.
No, well, I have bandages, so tomorrow when I soak it, when I have to unwrap it and then soak it, we'll see.
Even after it
we'll see.
For me, it like, and trust me, like that shit, like even as someone who has a high pain tolerance, now that shit hurts.
Yeah.
But like,
the removal didn't.
When it's gone, it's gone. Okay. You can't feel shit. It's gone.
Well, with the diabetics, they always stress this. They freak out if you're diabetic and you have something happen to your feet. Now, I had perfect sensation because I was very much aware that I had the infection and the ingrown toenail and everything like that. So
yeah,
they didn't have to worry about that. But the fact that it was bad enough for him to take the whole damn nail off instead of just part of the nail.
Because you butchered the side of it. It was serrated.
Well, no, it wasn't that. It was that it had gone up into the toe part, the flesh part, and I couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
And everybody's, at this point, it's like,
Except for me.
Except for you. And I'm sure other people out there have had ingrown toenails, and they feel my pain. But he had no problem with me going to the stores because I thought, all right, got to have this done. So after that, I can do this, and this. Yeah. You have to stack, tasks.
And thank you. Actually, you could smash it on something and you
Oh, no. At this point, I was very guarded with the foot when we did have to go in the wall.
No, when it's properly healed up and like...
Right.
And you still got no nail, you could whack it on something and you're like... The fuck was that?
I think I'm going to
The fuck is that?
I'm going to get one of those press-on nails. You know that they have that shit for sale on Wish.
That's going to be... Wish? Go to fucking Rite Aid. Oh, sorry, Rite Aid ain't a thing anymore. No. Walgreens. Go to Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, Dollar Tree.
I could get decorative with it. I really could. I could glue stuff on there.
Yeah. Get some of those, like, tip extensions.
But we had to go...
Acrylic toenails.
Yeah, I could do some of those. Do those coffin-shaped or those...
claw nails. Yeah. Those claw toenails. Ew.
Some people have had those for real, and I'm like, oh, God.
Clip those things down.
Yeah.
Clip those things down. Those are disturbing.
Go get a pedicure.
I'm fine with those on like hands.
On hands. They get so long. No.
Hands, long nails, they look fine. They look aesthetically pleasing. On toes... God, that's if I see you with long toenails, I'm stomping.
It's just like there's nastiness under there. You know that. You know that.
You don't wash that shit. I know you don't. You're the same people that don't wash your ass.
Kid was
spread your cheeks and scrub in there, bitch.
Kid was talking about that somebody had admitted that they did not use soap. But we're not going to stay on this subject long because
full on admitted they did not scrub their ass.
That's horrible.
Do you know how many guys do not scrub their ass?
Don't think about that. Of all the things I think about, that is not
scrub your fucking ass.
That was one of the things that the lady that was my partner usually when I was corrections officer, she had no filter. God love her. It's like she had none. And she would go through the pod going, smells like ass in here. Y'all take a shower and clean. And she'd get them the cleaning supplies. And, we had to spray the bleach and stuff, of course, because you would have somebody that would have been, chemically accosting someone. Mm-hmm. But she was a hoot. My God.
Was that Bing?
That was Bingham, yeah. because there's lots of Binghams in the world. So, and it was really tragic on some of that stuff. But we went to UPS, and UPS is right beside Kroger's.
Oh, God.
And there was an older gentleman that was coming out of Kroger's. He was about midway between the two, places. And started these horrible, horrible noises. For real. And so I noticed that he had one of the little portable oxygen things.
We told you. We warned you about this one.
And I thought, maybe his tube
full on, dramatic,
it was horrible.
Dramatic gagging.
So, me being me, I went into the store quickly, and there was a lady that was in line before us, and she's like...
She ran out
Maybe there's something wrong. And she goes out and she's like...
Are you good? Are you choking?
Are you choking? Do I need to perform the Heimlich or something? And his response was that the reason he was acting as he was... He had gone into the bathroom in Kroger's, and apparently it was horrible. So she comes back in, and she's telling the rest of us what he had said, and Kid and I were like, just burst out laughing. How could you not? There is no way that you can maintain composure on that.
Oh, I was laughing outside. I didn't...
And he was out there still going on as we were, shipping our broken DVD to Amazon. It was. He had to be with the Barter Theater. I'd almost guarantee.
No, he was just a dramatic old man.
So yeah, these are some of our daily journeys. Walmart. Oh my God, the lady in the pickles.
Oh my God.
There was a little, and there was a lady, I swear to you, everywhere I went.
Little midget lady.
She was a very, and I'm only 5'5", so it's not like I'm, tall individual. But
she was a couple inches shorter than you.
No, that one lady was like in dwarf category. The blonde one.
She was probably under 4 foot.
Yeah. And I think that's in dwarf category. I'd have to see the exact height.
She was probably like 4 foot something.
Everywhere I went, there she was. And so Kid and I were making very much... We're not politically correct if y'all have never noticed. We were making jokes about dwarf tossing. And it's like I figured
Slingshot.
that I could take the feet, he could take the shoulders, and And then we went down this one aisle. All I needed, it was the coffee aisle. It was the coffee aisle.
It was the coffee aisle and the olives.
Yeah, who does that? Why would you put coffee and then you would put pickles and olives on the other side of the aisle? Which I think is strange. But there was this little Asian lady. And her buggy was parked on one side and her body was on the other side.
Her and her little mask and the gloves.
Yes, she did. She had mask and gloves on. And that's all right. If that's what made her feel safe, that's fine. Pickles. She was searching for pickles. Every single pickle jar, she checked every one. I'm not being that melodramatic about that.
And there were about 4 of us in that aisle and that were standing about waiting for her to move.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was just...
No, she wasn't.
She was just minding her. She was just checking each and every single jar.
Absolutely. She was diligent. And there was a lady that she finally came on past her. And I was laughing at, because we weren't laughing out loud on that. We were trying to be polite. And I was like, I got a toe that I'm trying to guard. And this lady had something happen with one of her toes. And she had a friend that had something with the toe. So I'm part of the clique. I'm part of the clique.
But you recommended whatever the fuck.
The podiatrist, I did recommend him.
English right now.
And it was Foot and Ankle Clinic.
Yeah.
And I would have to go back and look at the man's name. Didn't care. But he was a phenomenal human being. I did, before I left out, I'm like, pull the damn mask down so I can see your face. Yes.
I was in the car. I fell asleep.
So I
woke up to dum da dum da dum da yeah. 0, how many fucks do I get?
Because he listens to totally different things.
9. Not one.
I'd have been listening to Monster Truck and Kid
woke up
Rock,
to
Don't
that.
Tell Me How to Live. But, and then, the Wall of Mart. There were some of the ugliest, tackiest Christmas mess out there. Some of them that were supposed to be trees. And I'm like, I'm asking Kid, I'm like, what the hell is this supposed to be? And he's like, it's supposed to be a tree. And I'm like, no, that's a newel post. That's the thing that
ain't
goes
a
on the
fuck-
top of stairs. That's probably not the correct word for it.
Yeah, that ain't a tree. That's a fucking stick shift thing.
It was crazy. And I could have said something much ruder, but
And
I
that
didn't.
dress, whatever the dress with the fucking peppermint buttons on it.
Horrible things. They had this horrible thing that some kind of they must have had leftover fleece or something. It was pink. It was horrible. It was an abomination.
Was that the one with the flower on it that we were looking at?
No, it looked like a flamingo. It was
I didn't
that
even
color
see
pink.
that.
Yes, you did. You just didn't remember it because there was so much other horror.
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a difference between. Oh, now we like scary. We do not like tacky.
I saw a cardigan that was like 80s-esque.
Yeah, the 80s was better than some of this other stuff.
It had like animal, like it had like
Various and
Cheetah.
sundry, animal print.
it had cheetah, leopard, and zebra print on it, and it was also colored blocked.
Yeah.
And
But
it
we
was
got-
actually good looking.
Nobody stomped on my toe. I did not get an assault charge. We got home with our antifreeze, not pickles, our olives, coffee, and de-icer windshield something, and a can of Seafoam. If you're not familiar with Seafoam, it's gas treatment, cleans
You
your
put it-
carburetor, cleans your fuel injector, all that stuff. Yeah. We do not work for Seafoam, but if they would like to send us a case, that would be fabulous. It's good stuff. It really is.
If you want some the WD-40, if you give me some WD-40,
I'm telling you, 3-in-1 oil is better. It really is.
I'll take some 3-in-1
because the WD-40 gets gummy.
Whatever the fuck that will fix the squeaky hinges on these doors.
That's 3-in-1 oil. You can't put it on there once. You have to put it on there about once a year. You put about 3 drops.
I know.
You open the door a couple of times to get it down in the hinge. Life is good.
You act like I don't study up on this shit. I probably know more about this shit than you know of.
Oh, I
Than you
doubt that.
think.
I've been doing this stuff since I was a small child.
Yes, you've been doing, but I've been watching and I've been studying.
Oh.
I knew
There's a
it.
difference between theory and practice.
I knew that theory came in handy. Did it not with that
The hinge pins.
with the hinge pins and the fence?
Oh, damn it. Well, the fence, yeah. The hinge pins, I thought that he and I were going to come to blows. But anyhow, that was the wrap up for the week. I think everybody else has probably experienced similar. If you would like to share your adventures and journeys for the past week, let us know in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters, UFOs, aliens, cryptids, some of the bad Bigfoot stuff that's coming off of TikTok, it's like, oh God, please send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that'll be in the description box.
Give me a rat. Give me a rat. I want a rat.
Battery's running out. You are loved. We'll see
Yes.
you on the next cup.
Bye. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.